Hey everyone, and welcome back to Crazy Gamers Games. It is reveal time. The voting is in, and the winner is the Trumpeter 1/16th JagdTiger. JagdTiger. This is their German, the German tank destroyer. This was their tank hunter. This is what they took out their tanks with. There's two different models. We're gonna check and see if they're both. We can build either one. You have a model with the Porsche chassis or the Henschel chassis. The Henschel has your 9 wheels and your Porsche has your 8 wheels. So we're going to choose between two different things to see if that option is there. And then this is the artwork I had cut out from the box. I'm going to keep it as an inspirational piece. And it's huge, so I have some smaller ones for the work area here. We got our JagdTiger, German, we got a little Trumpeter tag there, and then we have our artwork. Well, it's the same artwork, so we only need one. I just cut these off the boxes. So, let us this here like this so you guys can see it. This is what we're building. And this is what is the winner. Zoom in a little bit on it. Alright. So, as I said in the review video for the voting, this is the one I have the most information on. I have a lot of information on the JagdTiger. First of all, I have a King Tiger book that basically shows me a lot about the chassis and whatnot, and the different, layouts of the inside, color schemes, Zimrit, the look at the Zimrit, because the tank I'm going to be modeling this off of had the factory Zimrit applied to it. So the King Tiger book, it's got a King Tiger chassis. Whether we can do Henschel or Porsche, we're going to look at that in the manual here in a minute. So that's that. And then we have this reference book. This is the JagdTiger. This is Building Trumpeter's 1/16th scale kit by Sam Droyer. And I labeled all the different things. This is the interior, start of the interior, different scratch building techniques to make it more accurate, which we were doing a lot of this. And then, talking about the transmission covers, and then there's some stuff on the engines, and then some stuff fixing the gun mount. And then we have some stuff on the fighting compartment, like making a canvas cover for the inside. And then there's some small exterior work. I'm going to be replacing all the grab handles with copper or lead wire. The tools, I might be doing something with the tool clamps to make them nicer. As you can see, I have the Ammo by MIG tool colors kit that I'm going to be using to paint it. I will be working on the weld seams. I haven't learned weld seam techniques, but I'm going to be practicing that in an upcoming video. For some weld seams, we put gaskets around all the doors, track hangers. Here he shows you how to make resin copies of track hangers, different machine guns. And then we got our internal painting, what it looks like on the inside. The fighting compartment is mostly this red oxide. So, and then it's got that cream wise, which I do have the interior color kit by MIG for the German tanks. So I'll show you what I have color wise. Specifically for this build so far, I have the German interior colors by MIG. It's got your red oxide, your Rotobahn. So, and then it's got your cream wise for your interior. It's got a bright green for the gearbox. I don't know if that's correct. I'll have to look that up. It's got a periscope crystal green. It's got a gray base for your engine, and it's got a red-brown for your leather parts. Of course, we'll be adding more colors in, and then it's got all your stuff for painting all your different tools. So I have these two by MIG. I played around with some of the MIG enamel washes and stuff like that in a previous video with the JagdPanther, so you can check those out. So this is what I'm going to be referring to for a lot of my reference photos and scratch building tips and ideas. I also have, like I said, this JagdTiger book mainly to focus on the chassis. So that's going to be that reference material. And I also have some more reference material on the way. Move these out of the way. So, okay, so let's take a look at this. This was going to be basically a look at the book. Let's see if I can get it right on this one page right here. Right there. Okay, this is going to be basically on the book, and and then tomorrow's video we'll go through all the sprues. I had spent late last night opening most of the bags and putting them in Ziploc bags because the bags were not resealable. But here's a look at all the different sprues. The unboxing, I kind of went through all the sprues while they were still in the bag and showed you some of them. But this time I'm going to show you the sprues in a little bit more detail, go over them, show you my system of storing them because it's a lot of sprues. I ended up getting a container, labeling them all with tape so I could get them easily. Because this is going to be a build where I'm going to show you everything in this build. So first off, it has you starting with the road wheels. So there's your road wheels. And then you work on the lower hull, adding this outer section. This is going to be an intersection here. Get some stuff added on, gearbox assembly. This piston right here, I don't know if you can see it. Let me get my pointer here. Let's use the stick right here. You can see that this right here, this is the radio operator's, I believe so. Yeah, this is the radio operator's hydraulic cylinder here, and it does not have a cover on it. So I will need to scratch build. I'm just going to reach in front of the camera here, and I'm going to, anywhere I know I have to put some scratch building stuff, I'm going to highlight it in pink. That's going to let me know I got to do some scratch building to that part. And I'm just going through quick right here when I notice something right away. Because I studied the reference material pretty late last night. So I don't have it all down. I'm going to study it some more tonight because I didn't know who was going to win. Oh, by the way, the voting, 59 people voted. There were some comical votes that 4 people said anything but the planes because they're not good kits, which I don't know that. I never built them. Some people wanted me to give them the kit that didn't get chosen. As I said before, there will be giveaways, not of those kits. And then the rest, everybody voted for the JagdTiger. I'm not sure why, but everybody seemed to want to see the JagdTiger built. So it was hands down the victor. But I waited till the end. Some people said they were going to vote late, which they never did. But I ran 3 days of voting and 59 people. So JagdTiger took it. So it looks like this piston back here is no cement glued into it, so it may be workable. Not sure what it will do. Maybe that's for lining up purposes. That's that, and then we come over here and we're fitting that panel onto this side of the hull. putting that panel on that side of the hull, and this is where I'm going to put that scratch built cover over here. And my pointy stick, another one. And then there's some periscope mount racks here. I'm going to add some more of those. And then we're putting in the hull braces. And then we're working on the other side here. Now this is the driver's side hydraulic cylinder. And I believe that also gets a cover over it. I'm going to check that, but I believe that also gets a cover over it. You know, so they don't get their legs stuck in it while they're driving. Okay, so then we have the putting in some stringers to hold in the torsion bars. See, now I like this. I like the way this instruction laid out on this hull, because you're putting in these bulkheads and armor platings, and then you're adding this upper control arm assembly here, and then you can spray it hull red before you put in the torsion bars here on the next step. You see the torsion bars going in here in the next step. So you can have that all sprayed, your hull red. That's strange. I see this piece right here. Okay, it's there, and then it's coming to there. Okay, so that's just your armor thickness on the front. So then you can spray that all hull red. And then, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take my green, and I'm going to put a P in the corner for paint. So I could probably, most likely, take a look to see if I should paint that. And then I'm going to put a P over here to paint these torsion bars. Now, from the look of this, there's 18 torsion bars, so it's going to be the hinge shell design, because that uses 9 wheels. If it was the Porsche design, it only uses 8 wheels. And seeing how there are 18 torsion bars, that's 9 wheels on each side, so it is going to be the hinge shell chassis. So it's a later model. It's not one of the first few prototypes. So I have to take that into consideration, that it's, I believe the first 10 were done with the Porsche's design on the, and then the later, I believe there was 88 made, and the later, after the first 10 had this hinge shell torsion bar suspension system, which was more expensive and more time consuming to make. But that appears what this is, so that's what we will model our design after. So then we have the torsion bars in, and then we're putting in some, looks like floor supports, stowage. Then we're putting in some more control assemblies with PE added to it. So we're going to do, you know, our first bit of PE there. It looks like this is painted hull brown too, the red oxide color. So it's on the next page. Looks like we have, it's either a water or a fuel tank. I think it's water. It looks like we have, appears to be, I'm not sure what that is. It's in the, that might be a fuel tank right there. It's hard to see. That may be a fuel tank there. Alright, and then we got, coming through here, we got some bulkheads. We'll build up the bulkhead, and then we'll paint it, and then we'll detail it, we'll pick out the details, and then we'll install it. I know I did a lot of scraping of paint in the JagdPanther. I don't know if I want to do that in this one, so I may mask the gluing surfaces with some liquid mask. I've heard stories about different liquid masks to use. I might use Tamiya tape. I might use the Vallejo liquid mask. I also have some Windsor liquid mask, and I do have a mask eraser, so that may help. I'm going to do some test runs on the JagdPanther, because that's what that's for, before I try this masking technique. And then we have the engine compartment coming in, the engine baffles. It's a lot similar to the bottom of the JagdPanther, which is a Tiger chassis, also with the Henshaw design. I believe that's a Panzer 4 and this is a Panzer 6. Not 100% sure on that, I will check. And then it does show you fitting the road wheels, which I'm going to make sure my road wheels come off and on. So for ease of painting, I'm not going to put them on permanently. More road wheels. And then, you know, the escape hatch is down here. And things like that. I will probably put the escape hatch on before I spray the inside of the... Oh no, it's supposed to be white. So I'll paint it and then I'll slip it in. But the road wheels I'm going to wait to put on. I'm not going to put those on. But here's where I'm going to actually start the build. I'm going to start with the transmission, because I want to be able to detail it and weather it up and make sure everything is a good fit before I build the bottom section, so that way I can test fit everything to make sure it's correct. So I'm going to build the transmission first. It's basically 2 pages, you know, good amount of parts. It's a mini build in itself. And then I'm going to build the engine, which is the next in order up here. That is a few more pages building the engine. This is what we're going to do second. And then after that, I'm going to jump back and I'm going to do the lower hull. Get that lower hull done. And then we'll start fitting some of this stuff in. And then we have the cooling units, the radiators, things like that. Looks like some of that stuff could be free to spend, maybe. And we have, here's the fuel tanks. The fuel tanks are coming in. They're getting that oxide red-brown mixture again. A lot of red-brown stuff. And then we have our actual rubber hoses, which I want to have to see how they paint up. I want to leave the black, that black rubber look, but I want to paint the connection points that true metal steel, like I did on the JagdPanther. And then we come over here and we have inserting the transmission this time, you know, that we will have already built up. And then we got the control center, the differential over here, and then we have the rear plate, and then we have the track assembly. I may do the track assembly at any time, just not connect them in a loop, but just build them up for, you know, if I'm waiting for something to dry, or I need time in between a video for something. I'll just do the video on making up the tracks. I'm going to go ahead and put a bulletin on the track section right there. So I know that at any time I can just put the pins in the track, clean them up, see how that's done, things like that. Then it has us fitting the tracks, and then it has us working on the upper section. And we have to cut and remove some things, which just look like screw gates. And then we have to install the real armor thickness. A lot of this is going to have gaskets have to be put on it. And then installing the armor thickness, real scale armor. And then we have building a tow cable, which I am going to use the true colors on after I prime it. Some extra thickness in the front with the machine gun mount in it, and then we have some hatches that I'm going to be putting, making some alterations to those. I'll highlight those this because I'm going to be making these out of copper. It's right here is what I use. This is 0.6 mil copper wire. I also have 0.5. I don't know if it's going to be the right thickness for it, but I do have some thicker stuff. So, and if not, I can get some thicker stuff. Go to a fishing store and buy some lead wire. Don't buy that hobby stuff; it's too expensive. Then we have some engine covers with some more PE, some tools, some fire extinguishers. The tools are going to go on last because I'm going to detail paint them. You might see that over a couple of videos of me just painting the tools. And then we have more of the engine deck and the machine gun. I believe this is the rear anti-aircraft machine gun, which I will be putting on to this unit because I think it's cool. More guns, the better. And I'm a liar. That was the internal machine gun. So it's not the anti-air machine gun. Which these are slide molded. I did notice that on the kit. So, and then we're building some interior bulkheads and putting the bulkheads on. Doing the canvas cover. I might make a real canvas cover. I don't know what that one looks like. It might be out of that black rubbery stuff, I'm not sure. And then, looks like we got some more PE and hanging the tracks on the side. And then we have the shells, starting to build the shells. Now, the shells are two-piece. There are it's a cartridge, and then there is a warhead. The projectile are separate, and they have their separate bins. Like here you can see the bins being made, and the warheads are separate from the cartridge. The cartridges are a 3-part cartridge. No PE on the end. I'm kind of disappointed in that. We're going to have to work on some seams there. And then we have the different projectiles. I believe it comes with the high explosives and the armor piercing. I'm going to check that out to see if there's different kinds. If not, we can probably alter them to make them look like it. And then we have the gun lock going on here. And then here we have some more ammunition being made. This could be the different types. And then this is the gun mounting system that has some issues that we're going to have to scratch build some changes possibly. And then we're installing the ammo bins. And then it moves on to the gun. And I believe this is the 88 millimeter. And then there's also 128 millimeter. I'm going to have to do some checking on this to see which one that this gun is. Because I believe it comes with two. I thought I saw 2 barrels. And we have more cartridge racks going in, building up the cartridge racks. I will be doing my cartridges either brass or steel in the True Metals paint. And then looks like we have stuff. Oh, this is the rear gun mount. That's optional. I will be putting that on. And then here's the barrel. It looks like there's just one option for the barrel. And then we got the front mantlet and some more gun pieces going on. The fenders. And then we have the top hatch part, which I don't know if I'm going to leave this off to where it can be pulled off to see inside. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. And maybe some of the back engine covers. I'm experimenting with the JagdPanther of how I'm going to do this. So, and then we have, this looks like the anti-aircraft machine gun that goes on the back. Yeah, the MG42 goes on the back right there. And then we come to the end of the build. And we have some PE to put on the very end. Some little, 26 of them. Wow. 26 little pieces of PE all around the top of the turret, or the gun, the upper hull piece. Keep saying turret, it doesn't have a turret. Used to the tanks. So that is the build for the JagdTiger. Now there's going to be changes and things like that going on throughout the build. It's going to be built out of order and things like that, but we're going to be doing some cool stuff. I hope you joined me for this build series. This is the first part of the reveal video. The next part tomorrow will be going through the sprues. Hopefully it won't be as long, but I hope that gave you an idea of what you're looking for in this build series. We're going to highly detail this. I have some reference photos of the tank I want to build. Now that I know that it has the Hinchall chassis, that's going to limit, because the one that is in the Tank Museum in Wilmington is the Porsche chassis. So I don't want to model that one. So I'm going to model a Hinchall, and I'm going to model it to where it's just out of the factory with its Zimmering on it. It's just the dark green-brown, dark yellow color. Doesn't have the field applied camo yet. So that's going to be it. It's going to be in not damaged war condition, but damaged time condition, where it looks like it was either just left the factory or it was the last one on the assembly line when the war ended, and it just was neglected, and it just was there. It never seen service and things like that. So it's going to be kind of nice looking, but just with dust and age and, rust and oxidation and things like that. But no battle damage or anything like that. I'm not going to do any battle damage on it, most likely. But that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep a lookout for this build series. There'll be uploads weekly, if not daily, 4 to 5 times a week. For Crazy Gamer Games, I am the Crazy Gamer. You guys have a great day.